Hello and welcome to the Ladies European Tour and to the Sunshine State of Florida for the Aramco Team Series presented by PIF Tampa. We're just over the bay from Tampa in Clearwater, aptly named with its crystal waters and white sand beaches and world-class golf courses. Feather Sound Country Club playing host this week, a par 72 with plenty of water with generous fairways. A reminder of how things work this week. 2 tournaments running side by side, with the team one wrapping up after 2 days and the individual one ending on the 3rd. The teams contain 3 pros and an amateur, with the best 2 scores from each hole going down on the card. $1 million up for grabs, split equally between the 2 events. Let's check out some of the key teams. Pauline Roussan won the team event in Florida last year. This time she had Celine Erban, Megan McLaren and amateur Lujane Amor Khalil in her lineup. Charley Hull had fellow Brit Kelsey McDonald and Pierre Babnik with Alex O'Loughlin as their amateur. Bronte Law, fresh from winning in Morocco, had Sophia Popov, Pranavi Urs alongside amateur Jim Boddy, while Lexi Thompson had Sanna Newtonen, Liddy Mae Humphries and amateur Jim Craig, a 1980 Olympic gold medal winning ice hockey player. 2 trophies on the line. Perfect temperatures, low wind and a forgiving course. Good scores were to be had. Team Charley Hull not quite in the mix, but the captain was going well in the individual event. Winner of an Aramco in New York in 2021, the Englishwoman was firing the flags even from the rough when opening day 68 left her 2 back. A similar story for Team Carlota Ciganda. The Spaniard won the last Team Series event in Riyadh, but this time the individual title looked to be more of a realistic hope after the opening day.
Take a bow, Carlota. Vamos.
A round of 6 under left her in a tie for the lead with Kim Metro, who was also going along well in Team and Van Dam. Maya Adwi and amateur Wes Patterson making up the quartet. The foursome closed 14 under, thanks in no part to shots like this from the Swiss left-hander Metro, a 66 helping her team to sit just 4 off the lead. Same score as Team Nicole Garcia. Chloe Williams, their standout performer, the Welsh woman with a 66. Flat stick working beautifully. A nice touch too from Alice Hewson at the 8 to rescue par. Her team containing Hayley Davis and Emma Spitz along with amateur Barry Hyde, closing 15 under.
Oh, that was a cracking effort.
2 teams shared the lead, one of those Team Pauline Roussan-Bouchard. Celine Erban, the star performer with a 67. Roussan took her team to victory in this event last year with 18 under. The French women's team well placed to repeat the trick. The amateur, a key part of this competition, and Team Bronte Law had theirs to thank at the 9th. The wonderfully named Jim Boddy with a net eagle at the last hole to put himself, Sophia Popov and Pranavi Urs tied at the top. It was a tight-looking leaderboard then, and a story within a story for co-leaders Team Law, with Sophia Popov returning to action after maternity leave. Popov with a 69, the new mum turning it on.
At one point, I felt like the hole was like a mile wide, so it was pretty cool. But we fed off of that a little bit. I started making some putts, and yeah, like I said, it was just such a fun environment to come back in, and to have, obviously at the end of the round, you know, you finish your last putt and then you get to see your baby. That's amazing too.
Tight as well in the individual side of things. 4 players tied at the top in what was an international looking leaderboard. 9 different nationalities within 2 shots. Day 2 and the wind blew. Suddenly it was a different golf course as the team event came to its conclusion. And with so many teams in the mix, impossible to call. Team Charley Hull began on the back 9, 7 shots behind, but went out 9 under. And Kelsey McDonald made it 3 birdies in a row after the turn. And teammate Pierre Babnik, back in form after a harrowing 2023, kept them coming. A beautiful approach here at the very next hole. Team Hull up to 24 under par. In contrast, overnight co-leaders Team Pauline Roussan-Bouchard were only 3 under for the day, approaching the turn. Momentum change needed and provided.
Big time from the captain on 9 with a birdie there. The team was struggling, they needed a
Team Anna Trevino, another who started 7 behind the overnight leaders, and like Team Hull, went on the charge. Captain Trevino, who was going well individually, helped her team to 10 under for the day through their front 9, and they didn't stop there, adding birdies at 1, 2 and 3, and this would lead to 4 and 4 at the 4th. Captain's pick Ines Lexi added another at the same hole. With 5 holes to play, they were 24 under par. High fives all round. Team Alice Hewson were another right in the mix despite a relatively slow opening 9 of 6 under. Par at the 10th, but back on track at the par 5 11th, and the Spits here with 1 of 2 team birdies as they move to 23 under. At one stage, Team Lexi Thompson threatened before falling away over the closing 4 holes, but the American superstar in a good position individually, she would head into the final day at 5 under. Team Bronte Law, the co-overnight leaders, they were just 4 under for the day by the 11th. Hopes fading, but Branabi Urs, 5th in Morocco 2 weeks previously, refound the birdie touch to move them to 23 under. The opposite story for Team Anna Trevino, just a par at the 5th and a costly miss here with the putter from Lexi at the 6th as the team dropped a shot and moved back to 25 under. And Team Charley Hull were putting the pressure on. Babnik, a winner at the Aramco Team Series Jeddah in 2021, playing beautifully. This would lead to another birdie at the 7th, and with 2 holes to go, the team had moved to 25 under par. Just a par at the 8th, but both Hull and Babnik on the dance floor with birdie putts at their final hole. Hull up first, and she nailed it. A second successive bogey-free 68 from the world number 8, just as importantly, a team to 26 under. Could Babnik follow suit and make it 2 birdies at the last? The putt was never missing. The European pair delivering, and at 27 under, it was a highly competitive clubhouse lead. They could only watch and wait. And they could cross one team off their list, Team Trevino, 1 over in their last 4 holes heading to the 9th. They needed 2 team birdies to match Team Hull's score, but their radar was off. They would fall just short. Team Headball still in the mix. Marta Sanz Barrio with a vital birdie at the 16th to move to 24 under, 3 behind the clubhouse leaders, Team Hull. A good finish for Team Lexi. Försterling put them 23 under with a top 10 finish, but more significantly for the captain, this putt leaving her 7 under.
Oh no, she hasn't. What a putt! Wow, that was huge.
German just won off the individual lead. Team Law's challenge just wasn't getting any traction. A bogey at 12, just a par at 13, and while this dropped at 14 for a birdie to move to 23 under, it didn't spark a comeback. Team Headball, another falling just short, 3 behind with 2 to play. The captain did her best with this birdie at the 17th, but it would prove to be the last the foursome would make. They would close at 25 under. Team Roussan Bouchard was stuck on 23 under, unable to find any momentum. Just 5 under for the day, they got a timely boost with an eagle at the 14th from the captain. And that was followed up by amateur teammate Lujain Omar Khalil. LJ, part of Carlota Ciganda's winning team in Riyadh, rolling home a birdie at the same hole. A 3-shot move for the team and up to 26 under, just 1 shot behind clubhouse leaders, Team Hull. Team Alice Hewson needed a big final 2 holes if they were to put the pressure on, and the Spits delivered with this birdie at the 17th. 1 behind with 1 to play. Their face told the story. And it came down to the Austrian again at 18. An even longer birdie putt this time around. And again, she drained it. A birdie finish for Team Hewson, 27 under and level with Team Hull. No wonder they were celebrating. Pressure on Team Roussan Bouchard, who after their heroics at 14 came through 15 and 16 with pars. Another big moment needed from the captain, and the US-based Frenchwoman nailed her approach at 17. A near tap-in birdie to move level at 28 under. The 17 birdie they needed down the 18th to clinch the win, and rather handily, LJ got an extra shot down the stroke index 2, par 4. Her approach shot safely on the green, in effect for a net 1. All smiles then, but still plenty to do with the flat stick. Teammates Celine Erban and Megan McLaren unable to make birdie. The captain was left with a monster putt in her attempt to land a birdie of her own. A great effort from Roussin Bouchard, but not to be, yet it would secure a par. All then down to LJ to take the win and the pressure on. She left her net eagle putt short, so this knee knocker between her team and victory. Far from easy even for a pro, but she made it look straightforward. LJ the hero, winning her team Roussin Bouchard Professionals a combined $105,000. The celebrations could begin. A final day 10 under taking Team Roussin Bouchard to 28 under par. LJ very much deserving of the hug from her caddy. Team Hull and Houston shared second. Team Headwell and Polite Trevino in a tie for fourth. Joint overnight leaders Team Law ended in sixth. The day though belonged to Team Pauline Roussin Bouchard. She, Celine Erban, Megan McLaren and Lujain Omar Khalil, the Aramco Team Series presented by PIF, Tampa champions.
One was a nerve wreck, an absolute nerve wreck. I'm happy it sunk. Pauline, Celine and Megan have carried us throughout the round. They've kept the vibe going. I couldn't do much today, but I had good golf yesterday, contributed a little bit, but it's always a pleasure being part of the team.
That event concluded, but the individual one nicely poised. The 68 from Charley Hull gives her just a single shot advantage over Carlota Ciganda and Lexi Försterling with just one round to play. Stay with us to see if Lexi Försterling or Carlota Ciganda could catch Charley Hull with the Englishwoman win on American soil again. We'll see you after the break. Hello and welcome back to Clearwater in Florida for the final round of the individual event of the Aramco Team Series presented by PIF Tampa at Feather Sound Country Club, where Lexi Försterling heads into the final day just one shot off the lead as she looks for her third LET title in just a second year on tour. A tough looking pair to overcome though, Carlota Ciganda, the defending champion, alongside her at 7 under, while Charley Hull is out in front, the world number 8, the one to beat, looking to pick up her second individual Aramco Team Series title. A reminder of how things stand: Hull with a one-shot lead, but very congested behind. Anna Polite Trevino and Lexi Thompson amongst 20 players, all within 4 shots of Hull's lead. Windy and, for Florida, a little cooler on the final day as play got underway. Charley Hull off to an inconsistent start. A birdie at the first, followed by a bogey at the second, but this approach at the fourth would take her 1 under for the day and in front at -9. Trichat dagger perhaps a little too far back to challenge, but a contender for shot of the day at the 10th to go to 7 under. Lexi Försterling began the day 1 shot off the lead, but she was soon in a tie at the top. A birdie at the second and then this at the 6th put a level with Hull at 9 under. And at the next hole she got a nose in front. Another classy putt from the German, her third birdie of the round, and suddenly 1 clear. Yet both she and Hull would bogey the 8th hole. Carlota Ciganda meanwhile yet to get going, a bogey at the third, not a single birdie on the card. She was 3 shots off the pace heading to the turn. I'm Richard Kaufman, alongside me is Sophie Walker, and so far Försterling looking at home in the final group with the 2 Solheim stars.
Isn't she just hitting fairways and greens over 80% in both categories? It's pin on the right hand side, wind from left to right. German, excellent.
Wow, what a performance Försterling's putting in right now, looking to bounce back from that drop shot at the last. Out in 37 for the other Lexi Thompson, the Aramco Team Series New York champion, with a birdie there at 10.
Charley turned her approach over down the left-hand side of 9. This one has some swing on it.
Yeah, but it looks like she might be putting for par before Försterling actually putts for birdie. We saw her chipping in out of the bunker. And nearly another one going in from off the green for Trichat.
Well, this is a carbon copy of Charley Hull's shot. She knows it picks up pace about now.
And Försterling was having a look at that. Her birdie putts on a similar kind of line.
Is the Indian Open champion of 2023. Carlota with this pin on the left-hand side, just off the back of a bogey on 9. Looking to get it under par, starting her back 9.
Yeah, looking for a first birdie of the day. So chance coming up there. What a good putt for par at 7. But that's back-to-back bogeys to end the front 9 for Charley Hull. She'll be out in 37. Could see a 2-shot swing here. I don't think anyone was quite predicting this.
Well, both playing partners are over par for the front 9. That would have been a statement, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that was for a 3-shot lead to take down the back 9. Missed opportunity for Försterling, but great position to be in.
Hit a good chip from the right-hand side to here on 11, makes the par, Lexi Thompson.
Yeah, that win she had in New York, her only victory since 2019, as Ciganda gets up and down. Birdieless front 9 from the defending champion. She's 3 back at 6 under. Plenty for Hull and Ciganda to think about. Försterling, the one now to catch. 24-year-old from Berlin. One of only 2 players to win twice on the LET last season, the other being Celine Boutier.
Her German amateur compatriot back in the day, up on the 10th, missing out there for her birdie.
Yeah, been one of those days for Carlota. Now here's Nastasia Nadeau, who had been going so well, but that's drop shots at 13 and 15 now from the teenage French player. Looked like she might be setting a clubhouse target.
Ciganda pulled her tee shot off the tee on 10, had to chip out to here, wedging it into a front left pin. She must get up and down, you'd think. 3 back. And that is a wide by her standards.
Yeah, Charley Hull's found the bunker as well with her approach, so no signs of them clawing in the lead.
This is a totally different hole today. The 11th, 570 yards back into a hurting wind. Anna Plythe-Trevino setting up a birdie. Look, she's got a chance to get it to -7. This is Charley's 3rd green missed in a row. Came out soft on her.
So struggling for par again. A little shake of the head there from Charley Hull. Not used to this. A few setbacks at the end of the front 9 from Plythe-Trevino. Bogeys at 8 and 9.
That's only the 6th birdie here today on 11, and she does now go 3 back.
Got a bit of a break, avoided the sand. And like her playing partners, unlike them, she's making everything seem pretty easy right now.
It's the first green I can remember Försterling missing. Tidy game, isn't it?
Well, it's why she won those 2 events at the end of last year in Mallorca, and before that in Switzerland. Routine part, and over to those Solheim stars. What, 12 Solheim Cup appearances between them, both struggling for par on that hole.
2-time Ladies European Tour winner Trichat looking to find something on the back 9.
Yeah, considering she started the week with a double bogey 7, she's done well to get into this position.
Well, this is not going to plan for the Spaniard, is it? Charley Hull, you could say the same.
Yeah, it's a tough day out there. It is breezy. It is a little bit cooler as well.
Oh, that was right, straight off the face. Close that club face.
So back to 6 under par for the player who finished 3rd on the rankings last season. Big putt, you feel?
Well, bogeyed 8, bogeyed 9. Clinches a par on 10.
Yeah, that's a big save from the world number 8.
You see the mannerisms of Charley Hull, shaking her head. We saw that from Carlota Ciganda. She found the trees on 10. And mopping up for a bogey.
Couple over for the day, and now 4 back from the leader. Not what was expected so far in this final round of the Aramco Team Series presented by PIF Tampa. Lexi Försterling upstaging 2 of Europe's best, opening up a 2-shot lead. Bronte Law now in a share of 2nd place. Welcome back to Florida for the Aramco Team Series presented by PIF Tampa, where Bronte Law was on another final day charge. Birdies at 15, 16 and then another here at 17. She was clearly pumped and from nowhere up to 8 under. After a bogey at 10, Ciganda got just what the doctor ordered at the 11th, a much needed birdie for the Spaniard to move her back to 6 under and 3 behind. Bronte Law within 1 shot of the lead, but looking for a 3rd LET win in just her last 10 starts. It's Lexi Försterling in front in Tampa. The final group are off to the 12th.
This par 3 is severely downwind today. It's an 8-iron here for Ciganda. Needs to pitch it short of the flag. So that golf ball will release. Oh, she hates that. She's pulled it again. We have seen that shot on the 9th, the 10th, and now here on the 12th.
How hard is it to remedy that when you're in the middle of an event like this?
It's the shot she hits when she's tense. She just keeps that club face left too much. This is a 7-iron for Försterling. It's maybe playing only 155 yards with the downwind and the firmness of the green. And she has pitched it exactly where you need to on 12. Controlled and precise.
Well, what a classy shot that is from Försterling. Charley Hull supposed to be putting the pressure on her.
She got that firm bounce, whereas Lexi pitched into an upslope and it stopped. Charley didn't.
Bronte Law, can she squeeze out another birdie? 1 back, remember.
Well, there's only one place this is heading, straight out the flag. Is it enough to carry the bunker? Of course it is.
Well, it's like Morocco all over again, winner of the Lala Merriam Cup, where she was 7 back going into the back 9 and had that incredible 64.
Just missed the green right here, Nadeau. All one's down towards that back left cup. Oh, is that not dropped?
Ciganda now. You really can't afford to drop another shot.
It's back into the grain, that's why it's stuck. She thought she'd hit it too hard.
Bronte Law for a 66 and a share of the lead.
This one will move off the shoulder of the bunker from left to right. Stay up.
Agonisingly close. But another great final day performance from Bronte Law. 8 under par, that's the mark she has set. Will it be enough?
From her face, I think she is going to be 1 or 2 short. The anguish there as she talks to her caddy Gary. She knows exactly where she is in this tournament.
Well, those Försterling's close. And that's not going to fall for Charley Hull. So many runner-up finishes last year, 5 of them.
Through the back on 13. Anna Plyf-Trevino needs to keep this to the right. It slides away. That is well thought out and well executed.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautifully done from the Spaniard. Well, this is for a chance to get that lead back to 2.
Style of putt that she missed on 9. No mistake this time.
Well, she's doing what we saw her do in Switzerland and Mallorca, out in front and keeping them at bay, dropping the birdies in along the way. So impressive so far.
And De Roy here on the right hand side of 14, the easiest hole on the golf course, a downwind par 5.
He sets her up for another birdie, 1 under the day, the Aramco Team Series Bangkok winner. But it's a good up and down, but she's lost another shot to Lexi Försterling, has Carlota Ciganda. They seem to be stuck in neutral while Försterling's in 5th gear right now.
It's hard to believe that both Charley and Carlota are over par for their final round.
We saw the chip just to complete the up and down for birdie. No problem for De Roy. She's 7 under now.
Another fairway found for Lexi. This 101 yards. Keep it left of the flag. There's a run up to the right of it. It's so good. Pin high, missing in the right spots and close. She's hitting it so much closer than her playing partners. Applying the pressure.
Yeah, you would think she'd be feeling the heat at this stage. She seems to be just thriving in it.
That from inside 100 yards. On line, but twice as far away as Försterling.
Yeah, every hole it feels like it's Försterling closest to the hole. For a closing birdie, Nadeau, not to be, but it's going to be a second top 10 on tour for the teenage French player. Final day 70, 6 under par.
Birdie putt for Ciganda on 13. This one is quick from right to left. From above the hole, you just can't afford to go after it.
Just one of those days where she just hasn't been able to find her A game, Carlota Ciganda. Winner in Florida a year ago, one of only 2 players that year that finished under par. Just coming up shy there, De Roy. No one, it feels, charging at Försterling, and she seems to be just pushing on.
Hull hasn't made a birdie since the 4th hole. And that statistic remains.
Well, Försterling quickly in to look at her putt. She knows a real chance here on this back 9 to make a big statement for another birdie.
This one inside the hole from left to right.
And she's got it. 3 clear of Bronte Law, who's in the clubhouse, 4 ahead of anyone out on the golf course. She's looking the real deal. How do you not get carried away at this stage?
She's on a golf course where her playing partners can't seem to hit it with inside 30 feet. Försterling is tapping in from 6 feet. And now Charley Hull is 4 back with 5 to play.
Yeah, you thought coming into this final round with the lead, she was the one to beat. Now here's the Swiss rookie, Chiara Tambellini at 17.
From downtown Tampa, looking for a second top 10 of the season.
Yeah, shone in Kenya where she finished 3rd. 7 under now for her. And it's been that kind of week for Lexi Thompson. Back to 5 under. Another Lexi stealing the headlines in Florida right now.
Missed the fairway on the par 5, had to lay up out of the bunker. This to a back left pin. How about this for distance control? It's relentless, it's so good, especially with the pressure of the situation. It doesn't look like it's phasing her.
And if we're thinking, you know, is there a mistake round the corner? She's only made 2 bogeys all week.
Had 200 yards to the pin, missed it right with this rescue. Plenty of green to work with. That's gorgeous by Charley Hull.
Well, hopefully that will be a first birdie since that 4th hole for her.
Well, these two are following each other around the golf course. We saw on 9 that they both missed the green in the same spot. Ciganda looking to take it slightly lower than Charley did there.
Now, we know that now is the time. It's almost getting too late. It's for back-to-back birdies for the Indian Open champion, Aileen Krauter. She's got it. 6 under now.
Moving from right to left this one for a 4.
Well, she's missed one. That was for 3 in a row. So Ciganda and Hull will get the chance to close the gap a little.
She's just playing better than them, isn't she, though? Over to the 15th, tough pin location here. Good par save.
Her brother on the bag this week is Anna Palace-Trevino. So the birdie putts at 14 to come for Ciganda and Hull.
This is to get back to level par for the round. As mentioned, Lexi Försterling is just outplaying Carlota Ciganda and Charley Hull. They do not have even their B games out there, and she is pulling away from them.
Well, that's one back, isn't it? Still a lot of work to do to put any real pressure on Försterling. And you have to wonder, even with those birdies, is there any catching Alexandra Lexi Försterling? German in a fantastic position. She leads by 3 with just 4 holes to play in this Aramco Team Series presented by PIF Tampa. Welcome back to the final round of the Aramco Team Series in Tampa, where Charley Hull came within centimetres of grabbing another much-needed birdie. Not to be for the Englishwoman at 15, she remained 3 behind. It's a commanding position for Lexi Försterling, who started the day 1 back, but now leads the way by 3 with just 3 to play at Feather Sound Country Club. Fairways and greens have been the story. Has she missed a fairway?
I can't recall. This is a front pin, so she's left herself a full shot in from 118 yards, with it being downwind. I mean, no one's hit it as close as that on 16. Different strategy though for Ciganda. Trying to go high with this lob wedge.
Well, we've seen this story a few times before, haven't we? Försterling in close, Ciganda and Charley Hull normally as well, a little further away. Par since birdie 11 for Carlota Ciganda.
Just took an unfortunate kick there, didn't it? Left.
Disappointed, but signs are good. She started working with a new coach this year, Jorge Parada.
Well, hit a huge 3-wood, but it hasn't done herself any favours here. 72 yards, like Ciganda, she just cannot stop him.
The theme continues to keep that par run going. Really well done. Gutsy from Carlota Ciganda.
Opting to chip this one. Nice check. Sends it into the cup. It might be too little too late, but there is some magic still left in Carlota Ciganda.
Well, it gets her within 3, albeit Försterling has a great look at birdie to come. A 72. Lexi Thompson finishing just outside the top 10. Never really made a run of it today, did she? 2 bogeys in her first 5 holes, but another solid week.
Well, she thought she'd hit this one stiff and has now stood over 40 feet for birdie. Look how hard she has to hit it. Back into the wind, back into the grain. No wonder that pitch shot did not stop.
She's still got a bit of work to do for par. Försterling, remember, has got that great look at birdie. Oh, now you see me, now you don't.
It was 5 under for the final round in Switzerland and Mallorca. She's now 5 under par here in Tampa.
On repeat, Lexi Försterling just easing, it seems, her way to victory here in such esteemed company. Look at that scorecard. Remember, 67's the round of the day so far from Bronte Law. She's on course to match that.
Försterling is just sucking the life out of Charley Hull right now.
And she remains in a share of second place, but the gap has widened. That's a round of 71 for Manon de Roy, her second top 10 of the season. Playing there with Shannon Tan and Lexi Thompson. Tan, the winner of the season opener in Kenya.
Back left pin here on 17. Charley can swing one in from right to left. Dialed in, finally. She gets one to stick close.
Ciganda, more trouble off the tee. Had to lay out from the right-hand side. So this is her 3rd shot into the par 4. And you won't be surprised to know, fairway found, green found from Lexi Försterling.
Up on the 18th green. A birdie putt from left to right.
Not to be, but that should be a closing par and around of 71 for Carlota. I assume will be sticking around to lead the potential celebrations for this lady.
Played away from this pin. There was no point in taking on the water. This one just needs cozying down from right to left. Go, go.
Well, it's hardly panic stations, but it's got a bit of meat on that bone. No birdie to close for Palai Trevino, but third in Kenya, now fourth as it stands here in Tampa with that final round 71.
Back up the hill. Ciganda's going to fall back into fourth spot alongside Anna Palai-Trevino.
Yeah, that kind of day. Just chipped in at the last hole and immediately gives that shot back. Well, if Charley Hull can knock this one in, maybe put a little bit of pressure on Försterling.
She's asked one last question. The 24-year-old Charley Hull makes birdie on 17.
So the lead back to 3 shots now. But Försterling still has to hole out here for par.
There is some movement in this from right to left.
It's a 3-shot lead to take to the 18th hole for the German, who has been magnificent today.
Sarah Kuskova, final hole of the day, not her final putt. That's 2 bogeys in the last 3 holes. Round of 1 over par.
Yeah, costly finish in all sorts of ways, isn't it, that for Kuskova? So the final 3 ball down 18.
86% of fairways this week for Försterling. 135 yards, pin on the right. You'd expect this just to be left of it. It's like computer game golf.
Yeah, never looked like faltering. Lexi Försterling. Job pretty much done now.
Off the shoulder from right to left.
Disappointment. Yeah, she had a chance to defend her title here at Feather Sound Country Club, but it's a last day 72 for Carlota Ciganda.
You can see, you can hear the frustration.
It's going to be second again, it seems, for Charley Hull. Good try, but that's 7 runner-up finishes now since her last win. Shows how consistent she's playing. Top 10 of the world.
And you have to try and spin the positives from that. 3 wins in her last 10 Ladies European Tour events for Lexi Försterling. No mistake, even on the final hole.
And it's going to be 5 under par on the final day again for victory, like in Mallorca and Switzerland. Not to be for Charley Hull. The frustrations continue even with the fine play. 71 on Sunday, not good enough to get it done. What a performance. Outplaying 2 of Europe's finest. That is top class from Lexi Försterling.
And here they come, her friends. Emma Spitz, Elaine Crowther and Chiara Tambolini, showing the youngsters how it's done on the Ladies European Tour. Her third win in just 14 months as a professional golfer.
And in the end, you have to say a comfortable victory for Försterling. 3 shots over Charley Hull. Law in third, Polite Trevino sharing fourth with compatriot Carlota Ciganda. Lexi Thompson ended in 11th spot for once, overshadowed by her namesake, Lexi Försterling, who admitted afterwards a place in the Solheim Cup was on her mind.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it would be a great honor to play in such an event like that and represent Europe, and it would just be amazing and mean a lot to me, yeah.
It's becoming a very nice habit. Another trophy in the hands of Lexi Försterling, the much-deserved 2024 Aramco Team Series presented by PIF Tampa Individual Champion. After a win in Morocco, third place here, Bronte Law jumps to the top of the Order of Merit, with Försterling now in second. A 6th place finish for Chiara Tambellini moves her into second in the Rookie of the Year race, but Shannon Tan, winner in Kenya, remains in a dominant position. This will make happy reading for Lexi Försterling. Her victory puts her above Celine Boutier on the LET points list and into the automatic spots for the Solheim Cup. A long way to go until that team is finalised though. Celine Boutier remains the highest ranked European in the Rolex World Rankings, but Försterling moves into the top 100 with victory here in Florida. Thanks for watching as Lexi Försterling shows her class in esteemed company, a star on the rise. Stay in touch at ladieseuropeantour.com. Until next time, bye-bye for now.